I already have my catalog project opened up in NetBeans. In the Getting Started module, we created the items controller, the item model, and we created a couple views for our items controller. Let's go ahead and open up the items controller. And I currently have just the one function. I deleted the other functions that we created. That way we could just focus on this index function. Now we want to be able to set a variable and pass it to the view. So let's go ahead and set a simple variable using our pseudo variable pointer and set. And if I wanted to set a color, and I'll just pass any color here, so we'll just say blue, and we'll save it. Let's go ahead and open up the index view in our items folder. Now we just need to print out our variable. We'll just type echo and then our variable color. We're going to go ahead and save that. Let's go ahead and open our browser, and we'll go to our catalog site. Here's our default home page. Now we want to go to the items controller, so we would just enter in items and hit enter. You'll notice we still have the default layout for CakePHP, and if you look over here you'll see our variable that we passed in, blue, being displayed. Let's go back over to NetBeans. Let's go ahead and delete our color variable. I have a view set up to display the results from a table that I'm just going to go ahead and paste in here. This is basically a table to display the items from our database. Let's go back over to the items controller. Now we want to query our database. So I'm just going to save our results in a variable named data, and we're going to use the sudo this, pointing to our item model, and we're going to point to the find method. Now our first parameter takes a string, and I'm just going to type in all. I just want to be able to return all of the items. Now we need to pass that data over to our view. So I'll go ahead and set this variable to the set method. The variable that I'm using in my view is items. So if I click over here on the view, you'll notice that I'm using the variable right up here, items. So in this set method, I'll need to type in the string word items, and I'm going to pass in the data from the database. Now if I go back over to my website and hit refresh, you'll see a list of all the items in my table. Now they're not displayed in any particular order, so let's go ahead and sort them by year. I'm going to go ahead and add the second parameter to the find method. This is an array of options, and the first option I want to put in is order by year. So now if I go back over to my website, and you'll notice that the year's not ordered by anything, and if I hit refresh, now we have our data being sorted by the year. Let's go add another variable to pass to our view in our controller. I want to pass in the count. So I'm just going to type in this, the item model, and find. Now for our first parameter, and our only parameter we'll be using this time, is count. This will return a total number of items in our database. And I'll just type in this, set, and the variable I'll use is count, and pass in the data of count. Now I just need to come over to my view and display that count. We'll go ahead and add the count right here in our title. Let's go to our website and hit refresh, and you'll notice our count is coming up here, list of 6 catalog items, and you'll know that we have 6 items right here. Now if we go back to our controller, both of these variables can be combined in an array. So I can type in my array name, and then I would just type in the exact same values as below. So items, the data variable, and count, and the count variable. Now that we have the information that we want to pass to the view in a variable, we can then call a set method on that array. And we would just pass in the array variable itself. There's no need to give it a name. Let's go ahead and comment these out. And we're going to hit save. And we're going to go back to our website. And if all goes well, when I hit refresh, it'll look the exact same. And it looks the exact same. Let's go back over to our controller and just kind of recap what we've done. Just to recap what our function does, it's calling the database and retrieving the items from the item table using the item model. It then stores the variables from our database and passes them to the view.